Hi, everybody. Mac here with Motivation and Achievement Concepts, a career development company. Wanted to come to you today with a little fireside chat. Yeah, I am. Oh, look at that. It's my fireside. I'm totally going to wear that gag out as long as I can. But wanted to tell you about the services we provide, and especially in this time where, we're in the middle of my first pandemic. I don't know if this is yours, but definitely my first pandemic. And hopefully, if we could provide some insight into what the markets are doing, what viable competitive skills and jobs are out there. For those of you who have been affected, a lot of industries, I know a lot of people have been laid off, and we're here to help. One of the things that specifically that we're seeing a lot of is remote video conferencing interviews. So if you are already getting to that level and being seen, I'm going to be adding some individual trainings for that. So literally, just if you just need a training on, hey, make sure that the video technology, but there's also some amazing tips and tricks to making sure that you connect with the interviewer as if you were in their presence. Okay, and so we can help you with that. Our four core competencies, as I like to say, have always been one of the best resume writers in the country. We do job search training, interview training, and then cover letter training. Right now, especially, is remote training for finding remote work. And how do you conduct a job search remotely? I know that looking on job boards is what everybody thinks you're supposed to do, but that is such a crapshoot, and even the numbers tell us that only about 1 to 4% of the jobs that you apply to online you'll actually get a response rate. That's not an interview rate, that's not a callback rate, that's not a hire rate. That's literally getting an email response saying thank you for applying. There's a better way, and you can do it just as easily remotely, like we're doing right now. Sorry, fireside. So wanted to let you know that all of our trainings are still available and always have been. And the other thing that is also very important is right now, if your industry is struggling, one of the things I'm very proud of that been doing for, again, almost a decade is taking someone's resumes and skill set and pivoting that in a direction that makes you viable, or in a direction where those skills are needed. And how do we translate those skills, those attributes, your background and experience into an industry and a job that is currently in demand? And very proud of that fact. Been doing that for a long time, especially when somebody's kind of looking for their career to evolve. And right now, I can tell you, anybody that has any type of customer service ability and has been let off from a direct contact type job, where that was primarily your job, I promise you, your skill set is valued, and we can help you. So training's always available like this, especially with anybody doing interviews, and as well as looking at my fabulous, big, exciting news is we are finally opening something that I started putting together 10 years ago called the Mac Ed, or the Mac Educational Division. And my fabulous sidekick and my Director of Strategic Initiatives, Mary Mac Lyon, and I have been working tirelessly on putting together a whole, really at the behest of several corporate and individual clients, several trainings and a team of trainers, actually, on how to help individuals and companies either go remote, but especially continue to function in a healthy manner remotely. It's not just about the technology. Now, we are going to be, as part of those trainings, we help people get that set up. We help people understand, how to operate their tele-video conferencing. And we are specifically focusing on a couple of core technologies. But the bigger side of this is what you may have heard of, something called human-centered computing. It's what I'm kind of deeming human-centered commuting. So human-centered telecommuting is really where I see and can vouch for, you're either going to make it or break it. Our goal has always been to keep people working, especially in this crazy world. Is even more important. And it's not just the fact that y'all bought a Zoom account and your team is now having to work remotely. There's so much more than just the technology. Understanding how to communicate and stay connected to your colleagues, how to stay accountable, how to make sure that they feel like I know you can't be right down the hall, but they feel like you're still accessible, you're still working, you're still accountable, you still maintain that camaraderie and the morale, in the office, which is now virtual. And especially for managers, trying to manage people remotely and making sure that none of the things that can creep in, angst, frankly, contempt, if people aren't being accountable. You're having to learn and teach and adapt to new trends, new skills, new habits, new daily tasks on your job, and we can help with all that and tell you how to do it right to keep you functioning, productive, and communicative with your colleagues. And so not only do we come out of this, but we come out of this stronger together and even, heaven forbid, for the better. So wanted to just let you know we're here for you. Be on the lookout for the full description of our new line, the Mac Ed Division, and all the available trainings and exciting services that are going to be coming out, if not in the next 2 weeks, by the end of April. And we have a great team that we're putting together and trainers that are going to be at the ready to help you in this crazy time. So I very much enjoyed our fireside chat. And again, we're here for you. Stay safe out there. Thanks again.